Welcome, dear viewers, to another chilling tale from the depths of the unknown. Tonight, we bring you a story that will send shivers down your spine and leave you questioning the very nature of reality. This is The Cursed Crayons. It was a gloomy autumn evening in the small town of Hollowbrook, where the wind whispered secrets and the trees seemed to mourn the end of summer. At the heart of this town lived a curious young boy named Ethan. He was a solitary child, lost in the world of his imagination, finding solace in the art he created with his trusty crayons. His world was one of colors, vibrant and alive, and his art was a reflection of his innocent soul. Ethan's parents, aware of their son's love for drawing, decided to surprise him with a special gift on his 10th birthday. They had stumbled upon a dusty, ancient shop named Zephyr's Curiosities, tucked away in a forgotten corner of town. Inside the shop, an old man with crooked teeth and a peculiar glint in his eye greeted them. He said, "Welcome, weary travelers. How may I assist you today?" Ethan's father smiled and replied, "We're looking for something unique for our son's birthday, something that would fuel his artistic talents." The shopkeeper, after a moment's thought, reached under the counter and produced a box of crayons, unlike any they had ever seen. "Shopkeeper, these are no ordinary crayons, my friends. They are known as the Cursed Crayons. They possess the power to bring any drawing to life." The idea seemed absurd, but the curiosity and enchantment in those crayons beckoned them. Ethan's parents exchanged glances and decided to purchase the crayons, unaware of the terror they were about to unleash. Ethan's birthday was a joyful affair, filled with laughter, presents, and the warm embrace of his family. Among the presents, the box of cursed crayons stood out like a forbidden treasure. Ethan was elated, and the moment he laid eyes on them, he felt an irresistible urge to create something magical. In the dim light of his room, Ethan began to draw. His hand glided across the paper with an eerie precision, as if guided by an invisible force. He sketched a simple, smiling sun, and as he finished, he noticed that the room had grown unusually warm. The sun on the paper was now emitting a faint golden glow, casting eerie shadows across the walls. Suddenly, the drawn sun began to shimmer and quiver. It lifted itself from the paper and hung in the air, radiating heat and light. It let out a chilling, twisted laugh, and Ethan watched in terror as it set the curtains on fire, consuming his room in an inferno. Panicked, he used the crayons to draw a torrential rainstorm to extinguish the flames. The rain came to life as well, pelting down like a monsoon, putting out the fire but soaking the room in the process. Ethan realized that he had no control over the creations born from the cursed crayons. He had awakened a terrifying power, and he had no idea how to put it back to rest. As days passed, Ethan experimented with the cursed crayons, creating a menagerie of eerie creatures. Each drawing, once brought to life, displayed a malevolent intent. His room became a nightmarish zoo of monsters and abominations, all summoned by his hand. The crayons seemed to feed off his fear and curiosity, growing darker and more maleficent with each drawing. One evening, when the moon hung low in the sky and the darkness was at its peak, Ethan drew a grotesque, faceless figure that slowly oozed out of the paper and filled his room with an unsettling presence. It whispered sinister secrets and taunted him with ominous prophecies, driving him to the brink of madness. Ethan's once innocent dreams had turned into a living nightmare, with the cursed crayons as his tormentors. Desperate to contain the evil he had unwittingly unleashed, Ethan decided to lock the crayons away. He gathered them all, locked them in a wooden chest, and buried the chest deep in the woods near his house. The weight of guilt and dread hung heavy on his heart as he walked away from the burial site. But the curse, once awakened, was not so easily contained. The malevolent drawings had tasted freedom, and they hungered for more. The curse spread like wildfire, infecting everything it touched. The drawings, now free, began to infiltrate the town of Hollowbrook. They emerged from hidden corners and crept into the homes of unsuspecting victims. Residents of Hollowbrook awoke to find their once tranquil lives turned into a chaotic nightmare. Terrifying creatures roamed the streets, buildings crumbled, and the town's very essence seemed to wither away. It was a realm of nightmares, where reality and illusion intertwined. Innocent children fell prey to the cursed crayons. They doodled harmless monsters and colorful characters, only to watch in horror as these drawings came to life and devoured them whole. The town was gripped by fear, and darkness overtook the once charming streets. Amidst the chaos and terror, a group of survivors banded together to uncover the truth behind the cursed crayons and find a way to stop the curse. Led by Ethan, who felt responsible for the catastrophe, They delved into the heart of the woods to unearth the wooden chest. Ethan, we have to destroy these accursed crayons and end this nightmare once and for all. The group opened the chest and gazed upon the sinister crayons. The cursed drawings had sensed their presence and began to emerge from the pages, swirling and twisting into grotesque forms. The battle against the cursed creations was a harrowing ordeal. Shadows moved and whispered, evil incarnate took shape, and the survivors fought with all their might. It was a battle of wits, courage, and desperation, as they faced their worst fears given life. As the survivors fought a losing battle, Ethan, filled with a newfound determination, picked up the box of cursed crayons and gazed upon them one last time. With a trembling hand, he drew a powerful whirlwind on the paper, a storm to cleanse the town. The whirlwind emerged, furious and relentless, tearing through the cursed creations, swallowing them whole. The malevolent figures screamed in agony as they were consumed by the elemental force. Finally, the curse began to dissipate, and the chaos receded. The survivors, battered and scarred, emerged from the battle, victorious but haunted by the horrors they had witnessed. With the cursed crayons destroyed, Hollowbrook began to heal, though the scars of the curse would never fade completely. Ethan and the survivors had rid their town of the malevolent creations, but the shadows of the past lingered. Ethan could never forget the cursed crayons, the terror he had unleashed, or the lives that had been lost. The burden of his actions weighed heavily on his soul. As for Zephyr's curiosities, the shop that had sold the cursed crayons, it had vanished without a trace, leaving only a void in its wake. And so, dear viewers, we conclude this harrowing tale of the cursed crayons. Though the curse was vanquished, the darkness never truly disappeared. It lay in wait, lurking in the shadows, ready to rear its head once more. Beware the power of art, for within its strokes, it holds the ability to bring life to both beauty and terror. As you close your eyes tonight, remember that the line between imagination and reality can sometimes blur, and the cursed crayons may return to haunt the unsuspecting. Stay vigilant, for you never know when the next drawing could come to life, bringing with it chaos, gore, and terror. Good night, and may your dreams remain untouched by the cursed crayons. Thanks for watching.